I kept hearing with this lady was sister friend, sister friend, sister friend. She kept saying it to me like that, and I want to describe her. She's got, her hair seems to be long and kind of blondish to me, all right? And I also want to say that this lady was either a teacher or she taught many people. I feel as if though she's got a lot of people around her, and I feel as though she was very impressionable to a lot of people. I want to say that she had this loving kindness about her that people were kind of gravitated towards. I know that she had an inner spirit. I wouldn't say that she was particularly religious, but I would say that she was very much a spiritual lady, and she was perceived as such. It doesn't feel like a mother or a grandmother energy to me. It's either a sister or a friend, because I kept hearing sister friend, sister friend. I want to say that this woman passed from disease, and I want to say that she lived with the disease for quite a while. And I also want to say that there was some type of a memorial or some type of an homage to her when she crossed. Does this make any sense to anybody? No?
Maybe.
It makes sense to you. All right, okay. Could you please tell me what you understand?
The fact that people were drawn to her, that she was very spiritual, not in a religious sense, but in a very, kind of deep other sense.
Okay.
That she was sick, and she kind of sloughed it off, and but it turned out, she did eventually die from the disease.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you understand the thing about the teacher and teaching many people?
Yes.
You understand that? Okay. And this was a friend to you, please?
No.
No. Sister?
No.
All right. Keep hearing that friend-sister thing, so let me work with that a little bit. She's laughing now because she's talking about, I wouldn't say that this lady was particularly vain, but when she showed me her hair, there's something about her hair with her that was very special to her. And I don't want to say that she was vain about her hair. She's telling me that her hair kind of gave her strength, or it was something about her appearance with her hair. Does that make any sense to you at all?
No,
you don't get that. All right. Would you understand the simplicity of her dress, please? Would you understand how simple that she could be with her dress?
Yes.
How you understand, all right? Because I wouldn't want, and she's making that very clear to me. She's like, you know what? I wasn't all about dressing up, and I didn't have to have a lot of makeup, and I didn't have to have all of this. She said I was a very simplistic kind of a gal, and she was like that way in her clothes as well, I would like to say. Do you understand?
Yes.
I want to say very neutral colors, and she's making this very clear to me. Very earth tones, some whites, and maybe some off-white. She's telling me that she was just a very plain kind of a gal. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Okay, thank you. She's also talking about how she felt towards the end of her life. She's telling me that there was a sense of loneliness. Would you understand what she means by that? She's telling me that she was so used to having people around her all the time, but she's telling me as her disease progressed that she felt a detachment away from people, and that was very difficult to her. Do you understand that?
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
Did this woman do some traveling, please? Did she travel with the thing she did? Because I feel that she's talking about, too, how she couldn't stay pinned down in one place, that what she did with her work and what she did with what she taught people, she was going here to,
Yes.
You understand,
Yes.
okay? Because she's telling me that when all that ceased, that was a very, very hard thing for her. Does that make sense to you?
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't want to say that this lady would have been connected with little children, but I want to say that young people looked up to her. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would she have worked with troubled kids, please?
No.
Okay, thank you. Was this somebody that you would have known quite some time ago? Like in your past? I feel like she's taking me to the past, going back a few years. I'm trying to ask her about her connection with you.
Oh, well, she was a part of my life since, like I was in junior high school.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, thank you. The relationship feels funny to me, like I had to work it out with, I was working with her. I feel, I can't get my thumb on what the relationship was. I feel that the two of you were close, but I don't feel like immediate family kind of a close. Do you understand that?
We were very close.
Like immediate family?
Yes.
That's what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Why am I not getting that? Okay, I'm asking her to give me more about that. Did you meet at a younger age? Would you have been known each other at a younger age?
No.
No. Okay. Okay, thank you. Is this a romantic relationship,
No.
please? Because I'm feeling a lot of love pouring out from her as well towards you. I'm asking her to give me more.
Well, the love part makes sense.
Okay, all right, thank you. And would you understand the intensity of this woman's eyes, please? When I look into her eyes, there's an intensity about them, and she's telling me that you would understand that intensity. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
All right. And I also want to say that this woman had quite an impression on you and your life. Would you understand? I feel as if though I don't want to say she led you down your path, but she made you think about things about yourself.
Yes.
Do you understand
Yes.
that? And she's also laughing because, I'm going to get a little personal with you, because she's telling me that you are quite a complex fellow. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. She's telling me that there's a complexity about you that sometimes, she's giggling the whole time she's telling me this. She's telling me that you had a tendency to take yourself apart, and you would put this piece of yourself over here, this piece over here, this piece over here, and you would only look at one piece at a time. And she's telling me that she always told you that you needed to look at yourself as a whole, or you had to understand yourself as a whole. Do you understand?
That makes sense.
All right.
Yeah.
Great, because I don't get it. I also, I get smells. I was getting a tobacco smell, and I'm getting a smell with this lady as well. It's kind of an earthy kind of a smell. I don't want to say patchouli, but I want to say it's got that kind of a smell to it.
Yeah,
Do you
that
understand?
makes sense.
You understand? Okay. It's almost like a vetiver kind of a smell. It's that earthy. Of course, I'm using my oil thing, but it's. Do you understand what vetiver is? It's got that earthy kind of smell to it. I just want to make sure
I don't know what
understand.
vetiver is, but the earthy smell makes sense.
Okay, all right. We'll just go on
Yeah.
beyond that then. Would you understand the connection she had with her immediate family, please? She's going and talking now about her parents or her immediate family, and she's telling me that although she was perceived as being a lovely type of individual, she's telling me that sometimes her parents didn't see her as such. Does that make sense to you, please?
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And she keeps pulling me, and
Or,
I said,
or that she was misunderstood.
okay, thank you. That validates what I'm
Okay.
getting.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah.
So, would you understand, because she keeps pulling me back towards this, and I said this at the beginning, was she memorialized in some way, or some kind of an homage paid at her in some
Yes.
way after she
Yeah.
died? You understand?
Yes.
Because she's telling me that that was she thought that that was very wonderful. She said that she, in a million years, wouldn't have expected anything like that. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have something to do with that, please?
I participated in it from afar over the phone.
Okay.
Like through kind of a conference call.
Because when I
Yeah.
said that, she pointed and she said, "Ask him about that."
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was very beautiful. Yeah.
Did this lady write as well, please?
Yes.
Okay. Did she write books?
No. But I think she did journal a lot, and she wrote, but not books.
Okay.
You know.
I feel as if though that's a very important connection with you somehow. Do you have something of hers that she written, or did she write something to you, please? She's telling me, that's what I'm feeling it is. There was something communicated to you from her that was very either mind-provoking to you, or something that was very spiritual to you, or something that inspired you. Do you understand that at all?
Well, she inspired me on many different levels.
Okay.
And Yeah. So yeah, it does make sense, but nothing is ringing, like in particular, like a certain piece that she wrote or
Okay.
something like that.
And would you understand the connection she has to your children, please? Did she have some type of a connection to your kids?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
All right, because I feel as if though, and she's talking about your children, and she's talking about how lovely they are, and I know Kenny, and he shared some things with me, so I just want to make sure you all understand this, but I know how many children you have. I feel as if though your oldest child, she had some kind of connection to your older child. Does that make sense to you, please?
A little bit, but you know, my kids are cool. They are lovely.
Okay, yeah. All right. Of course they
so
are,
she,
Dad.
So she knows.
All right.
Yeah.
She keeps pulling me back to the disease, and because I think she's wanting me to convey and understand the pain that she went through towards the end. And I want to tell you that it's like, the only way I can describe it is it's like a migraine pain all over my body. Do you understand that?
Yes,
and she's
do.
telling me that that just, of course she struggled with that, but she's telling me that it was so debilitating to her that she wanted to like go immediately, and it just kind of lingered on and on and on. Do you understand?
Yes. Yeah.
Would you understand? I'm asking her to give me some memory links that she would have shared with you just to kind of seal it before we get to the message. But I feel as if though you two would have shared coffee together, like you would have sat across from each other and you would have conversed. And I think that there was like either tea or coffee or something. She's telling me there was some deep conversations in those types of little, I don't want to say that they were dates, but you know what I'm talking.
Yeah.
You understand that. And she's telling me that she learned a lot about herself from you. Would you understand that as well?
Yes.
She's telling me that you you made her see things within herself that she had a hard time comprehending about herself. Does that make sense to you, please?
Yes.
She's almost telling me that you were a teacher to her. You understand? Okay. Okay, thank you. She's coming forward and she's telling me, and I'm going to get to now the part of why she's here. She's telling me that the reason she came forward today is she felt as if though you inspired her in some way with the work that she did do while she was on the earth. Do you understand? Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's telling me that you, of course I know this about you, but she's saying that you just have this loving soul kind of energy about you that just kind of shines through you. And she's also saying that it took you a while to let that come out. Do you understand?
Yes.
And she's saying that as it started to come out, you were learning things about yourself, and she was inspired by that as well. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just, the energy and the emotion of this lady is a little overwhelming to me. It's as if though, and that's why I asked you if it was a romantic kind of relationship, because I feel that love energy between the two of you. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
And that you exchanged. The two of you exchanged, and I feel that in her emotion. And when I throw my power around you and pull her into the center of it, I feel that exchange and that emotion going on. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes.
Was she a J name, please?
No.
Do you know a Jan? Is there a Jan in your life? I keep hearing the name Jan with her. Does that make sense to you at all?
Let me think a second. At first pass, no, it's not. No.
Okay, all right.
But a J connection?
Yes.
Yeah, big time.
All right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It's not Jan, and it's not a female, but
Okay.
it's a big J connection.
Okay, that may be my interpretation of it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and let her go, but I'm going to ask you to kind of fill in the blanks for me for my own validation. So, who was this lady?
My stepmom.
Your stepmom. Okay. That's why I had a hard time getting
Yeah.
All right. Okay, because
and the J connection is my dad. His name is Jim.
Jim. Oh, Jim. Well,
Yeah, so that was pretty close.
Okay, thank you for filling that in for me. So, can you fill in for me, please, what it was that she did? What is this teaching thing that she kept throwing at me?
She taught transcendental meditation.
Okay.
And she, at one time, was actually, the Western Regional Coordinator for the entire TM movement. And
Oh my gosh.
she taught thousands of people to meditate.
And that was that spiritual thing
Yeah,
that I kept.
and people were drawn to her because she was very spiritual. Young people, you know, she didn't work with troubled youth, but, you know, young people were drawn to her because when she did a lot of teaching, you know, it was kind of the early 70s, and a lot of, you know, young people were getting attracted to meditation and kind of, you know, new age type stuff. And so I think a lot of young people did look up to her in that way.
Okay, thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
I wish I could have got my thumb on how the relationship was, because so stepmoms are always a hard one to put your thumb on. But it was.
Well,
was she like a sister to you? Was it a?
No, well, but it's like she and I just had a really great understanding of one another.
Okay.
You know, very early on, and it's like once we, you know, kind of settled in and got to know one another, there were just lots of points of light and connection and a respect and an understanding.
Wonderful.
And with my sisters, I think over the years were generally a little more resistant to her, but I felt that I was very open to her, and when I saw kind of who she really was, I was like, wow, this is just a wonderful woman. And so, and then as I got older, our relationship was closer, and she and my wife were very close, and they almost had like a sister kind of relationship.
Okay.
And then yeah, she passed away like 3 years ago, and
what disease did she have, please?
she had cancer that I think it started like I think it was like a colon cancer type thing, but then it just metastasized. Is that the right word?
Right.
In her body like that, and she was
Just covered with it.
She was just covered with it, and it was very painful for her, but she hung in there because she wanted all of her kids to be around her.
Okay.
And you know, we all knew that she was in a lot of pain, but she, you know, tried to, how do you describe it? Sort of transcend that, you know, that pain, and so.
Okay.
So yeah.
Thank you for filling in the blanks.
Oh, sure.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
Thank you for letting me work with you.